Summer is over, and you know what that means? New iPhones! Today, Apple announced a smattering of new updates to all the products you can hold with one hand. But what I'm most interested in is what they added to the iPhone 13 Pro, which to me makes it earn its Pro moniker a little bit better. Let's look at everything that was announced, and I can explain what I mean. Oh, darn it. For the first time ever in Apple's history, the new iPhone's flagship processor comes in two variations. There's a new 6-core A15 chip with 4 GPU cores that's in the iPhone 13 model, while the Pro gets 5 GPU cores. Another interesting thing about the A15 was when they compared its improvements, it was against their competitors instead of last year's chip.
Up to 50% faster than the leading competition.
Nonetheless, there is more that all the new iPhones are getting. There's improved battery life, providing a claimed 1.5 to 2.5 hours of extra juice. There's brighter screens with up to 1200 nits on the Pro. Oh yeah, and the notch is 20% narrower. There are a couple of new colors here and there, and then of course improvements to both the camera hardware and software. Great stuff, but with a largely unchanged industrial design, this feels more like an S update. I guess those are over now, aren't there? What do you think? Comment below. iPhones are the best smartphones for recording video. And Andy, our camera operator here, is itching to shoot a video entirely on an iPhone.
Yeah!
So I wonder what he'll think about the iPhone's new cinematic mode. Basically, what it does is provide a more robust rack focus when recording video. So you can shift the viewer's attention from one subject to another behind or in front. Rack focusing is a fun thing to do with a real lens, but on the iPhone it's done automatically, predicting what the subject is going to be doing based on the shot and motion. You can also control it manually. It sounds neat, but getting a smooth focus electronically on these small lenses is hard, and even the cutesy short film Apple featured to demonstrate it shows that it's not going to be the same as using one of these big lenses. Ooh. For still photographers, Apple's Photographic Styles filter lets you adjust the look of a photo before you take it. While I don't know much about it yet, I am curious whether seeing what the style of the finished photo is going to look like might influence how I take that photo in the first place. The iPhone 13 Pro, trying to live up to its name, has the more robust cameras of the two models, with much bigger cameras this year. Just look at how much space that camera module takes up. The ultra-wide camera supports crazy-looking macro photography, but what's most interesting to both me and perhaps our editor Hoffman is the inclusion of ProRes video recording, a true must-have for the Pro line to have any legitimacy. I mentioned ProRes in my iPad Pro review, but basically it's a super high bitrate video codec that professionals use. And what that means for Hoffman is that he'll be better able to make the most of the video that comes from cameras as small as these. Maybe Andy's wish will come true and we'll get to shoot our iPhone 13 Pro review on it. Get subscribed to find out. Oh, don't forget to mention ProMotion. Oh yes, all the Pros get it, and it varies the refresh rate up to 120 Hertz. The 13 Pro will be able to shoot at up to 4K 30 frames per second, and since ProRes will take up so much space, they've added a 1 terabyte model, which if you go for a 13 Max will set you back $1,600. But take note, base 128 gigabyte models are restricted to 1080p ProRes recording. Otherwise, prices for all iPhone 13 models are unchanged from last year, though the mini and 13 models start with 128 gigabyte storage now. Finally! Pre-orders start Friday. In the meantime, let's quickly check out this video's sponsor, CleanShot. Now yes, you can screenshot on macOS already, but CleanShot offers some additional features you might find useful. There's best-in-class annotation tools, or my personal favorite, scrolling capture. It's perfect for long web pages, conversations, or pieces of code. And their new OCR tool can even make that content searchable. That's pretty neat, actually. Try CleanShot today and up your screenshot game with the link below.
And now let's talk about iPad mini.
The iPad mini is one of those models that can feel neglected, sitting at the back of the class, small and quiet. But I'm pleased to report it's got the update we all know it deserved. Taking cues from last year's iPad Air, it comes in pink, purple, space gray, and starlight. The screen is slightly bigger while the device is slightly smaller, making it even more pocketable. Wait, what pockets can hold an iPad mini? It's gonna fit, right?
Good luck sitting on that.
What's good is that this new Mini gets the latest A15 chip from the iPhone 13 Pro. It now supports the second generation Apple Pencil, which I should note moved the volume buttons to the top now. Which way is up depends on the iPad's orientation, right? If you want your iPad on the go, it's available with 5G, which adds $150 to the $500 base price for a 64GB model, which is $100 more than the outgoing Mini. If it is cost you're concerned about, and as a cheapie I am, the basic $330 iPad actually got cheaper, in a way. Base storage is doubled from the paltry 32GB we got in the last model. The other changes are minor, but significant. The processor has been updated to the same A13 that's in the iPhone 11, and the front-facing camera is a 12 megapixel job that features the same center stage feature found in this year's iPad Pro. The Mini gets it too. All right, what time is it now? Watch time. Okay, yes, there is a new one. Rumors about the Series 7 predicted a slab-sided design a la iPad and iPhone, but what we will get later in the fall is a bigger screen that stretches into the watch's softer curves. This bigger screen refracts light at the edge of the case with a neat effect, and the larger size has allowed Apple to make the interface elements bigger and more tappable, as well as add a QWERTY keyboard to the watch. Apple is also saying that the screen is behind a thicker front crystal. Do aluminum models get the crystal screen now? Which should be more resistant to cracks. Let me tell you, after using this watch for a bunch of months, I'm amazed at how many things I bump into, like walls even. Other than faster charging, which should be able to give you a night's worth of sleep tracking after only 8 minutes plugged in, there's no new health sensors or etc. this time around. Prices are the same as last year's Series 6 at $400, but annoyingly, lower-end models' prices are unchanged as well. The SE still costs $280, and the Series 3 is still priced at $200, so that means we're going into a third year at that price. I'm a little annoyed that the price of entry to the Apple Watch has remained this stubbornly high. Hardware released from Apple is the most fun, but Apple is now a content creation company, not unlike us, it seems. Health-oriented subscribers to Apple Fitness Plus can give Pilates and guided meditation a try, but I think the most compelling addition is group workouts through SharePlay. Working out alone can be isolating and burn more motivation than calories, but being able to virtually exercise with someone anywhere in the world seems great, actually. Right at the top of the event saw a promo for the new star-studded fall lineup of shows on Apple TV+. Jon Stewart, Tom Hanks, Jennifer, what's her name from Friends, Aniston, Will Ferrell. There's a lot of content to cozy up to as the temps get colder. California is a nice place. Video streaming is a cool distribution method. But this event was really about the devices, and it looks like anyone who is holding off for updates can finally exhale. Especially you, iPad mini users. You know who you are. Thanks for British Columbia streaming this MAC address. If you like any of the devices or shows announced today, give us a like. And if you're hoping to buy one, why not subscribe? Then you can let me buy it first and see if all is good. And if you are an iPad mini user, I am curious why you chose the smaller device, so comment below.